Tony Hawk franchise has a wide range of skill sets for players. There's the novice players, and there's the players that own all 7 games that are super hardcore, like the NDTHPS is out there. So what we're doing this year to appease like everyone is we're going to have 3 levels of difficulty for every goal. So there's an AM, a pro, and a sick. And these will kind of evolve as you play. So they won't be like up front which difficulty you want to go for. It's like you can either, if you get the AM, you can continue on and try to get the pro or sick. Like you can see in Skate the Line, there could be like 10 objects for the AM and 12 for the pro and like freaking 100 for the sick, right? So the sick is going to be really, really freaking hard, and the AM is going to be something that the novice players can probably get through with a little patience, What this means is as the AM player goes through, he may only reach number 8 on the top 8. There's quite a few pro challenges left to do that just won't be accessible until he goes back and does some pro and sick goals and kind of raises his exposure status in the game. With the AM, pro, and sick for each particular goal, we're also having leaderboards. So for the 360, there'll be leaderboards. So you'll want to try to break more bones on our ragdoll bail feature, or you'll want to try to score more points than anyone. We're also tracking historical records.
So this is all going to go into Xbox Live.
It's all in Xbox Live. Yes.
People that are at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, everything is going into Xbox Live. We're going to have leaderboards for the majority of the goals in the game, and leaderboards for historical stat tracking. So how many feet you've grinded total, total points scored, how many feet you've manual, as well as single combos like total feet manual in one combo or at one particular time. Yeah, I can't talk about PlayStation 3 online yet. 360, we're bringing back most of the game modes that you like. We're jacking up the players to 12, and we have leaderboards, and then we're adding a new mode where it's like a snake mode, where the player emits a trail, and each player would emit a trail, and they try to box each other in.
Sort of like the life cycles from Tron.
You could say that.
Now you also mentioned that you're bringing back the tutorial for the novices or the people that have played it but never really gotten the functions of everything that the game has to offer.
Yeah, we're putting a tutorial in this year. It's totally optional, but it's we're going to put a really in-depth tutorial in where all the pros, you'll skate as all the pros. You'll do all the things that for the first 7 games we've introduced that we're bringing back, and we'll also teach you how to do more advanced combos, something we haven't done a great job of in the past. We're really trying to teach novice players the depth of the controls and all the things you can do in a Tony Hawk game. But yeah, all the tricks will be available at the get-go. There'll be special tricks that you unlock as you play through the game, but all of the base set, and then some specials will be available. You're also going to be able to purchase specials at the skate shop, ones that you don't have, and then you'll gain specials throughout the course of the game as you encounter different pros.
Game editors, are going to be a game editor, a level editor.
Because of all the retooling we're doing, we're actually taking elements from the Park editor and putting them into the game. So there'll be sections throughout the world, probably 4 or 5 sections throughout the world, where you'll be able to actually place objects, move them around, create your own little session spots that'll be used for goals, and they'll be there permanently. You can always move those objects around.
Create a skater.
Yeah.
To support the high resolution pictures for camera or iToy or something.
Create a Skater returns. We're actually allowing you to skate as a girl this time in story mode, or even a little kid. Hip-hop guy, punk rock guy, all their styles are going to be in there. But we're not supporting the iToy. The iToy isn't available yet. It won't be available until after we launch on the 360. And I don't really think about it for the PS3. We've got Havoc physics in the game this year. So that's used for constrained objects like swings and such, as well as things you'll just knock over and bat around the world. But we're also using it for ragdoll bails. So before, when you bail, you do a nutter or something, the character would seek to the pose and just fall over. It's all animation. Now you'll do that pose, and then you'll turn into a ragdoll. And constantly, while you're the ragdoll, it's ragdolls never look great, but we're blending it in with our animation system. So we're constantly seeking for new poses. So when the ragdoll hits a telephone pole or something, we'll seek to a pose of a shoulder pose or something. Just holds his shoulder. So it's going to look really good. But beyond that, it's also controllable. So we're adding a new stat, which is a bail stat, which will allow you to have less friction when you bail and be able to tumble more. So the left stick will control the character, sliding around, friction-wise, give him little impulses. And the right stick will control his tumbling, somersaulting, rolling, side rolling, and we replaced the combo meter with a broken bone meter. So we'll have some goals where you'll start at the top of a giant hill and it'll be like break 50 bones in, you know, so much time. You're just going to want to launch off as big as you can and just have the most, you know, the gnarliest bail you can and break as many bones possible. So I think it's replacing our tantrum. It's way more fun than the tantrum.
Yeah,
so,
that tantrum's starting to wear on me because I just wanted to get it out. Let's say you bail, you injure your leg. Is the character limping around for a little bit before he can start skating right out again? Or?
No, we're not going to penalize you that way because that's not fun. I mean, you will be able to break out of any bail. You know, if you want to break out of a ragdoll bail, you can get out of it quickly and go back into your combo. But yeah, I mean, we can't be ultra realistic and like you break 50 bones and now you're in the hospital for a week. That's just not fun.
Now, once you become familiar with the bailing, will it be easier for you to get up in case you feel that you are going to fall off a ramp or something? Does it make it easier for you to just like slide on your knees and then get right back up and skate?
We'll have a quick, like a quick get out of bail, but it's not a bad idea. I haven't really thought about tying that in with the stats.
Because the more experienced are, like with the ramp skaters, if they feel they're going to bail, they learn how to contort themselves better and get on their knees or get on their back.
But, yeah.
Or if like Mike V, when he's skating, if he's going to bail, he knows how to tumble. As opposed to when you're a little kid and you don't really know how to fall yet, you just stick your hands out and break your arm. But eventually the kid's learn to roll with it.
Yeah.
I think that
it's not a bad idea tying in quick time out of a bail with the bail stat. You might see that. I don't know. Good idea. Yeah, we've got a large group of guys working on skater AI and pedestrian AI this year. So by moving to next generation consoles, we're going to be able to have much improved skaters. You'll see, you know, skater peds that look good this year, look really good, and you'll have to impress them throughout the game to kind of move your way up through the ranks. But then using the ragdoll bail mode, you could like steer into large groups of pedestrians, you know, with your tumbling body, and if you bail into them and hit them, you'll see we have the viewports that pop up, and you'll see that ped get up off the ground, and it'll be super pissed off and start chasing you down, and then you gotta skate away from him, and he'll actually follow you on what we call the navigation mesh. He'll follow you in the world until you leave, you know, like get on a roof or something. Yeah, they'll remember you, and they'll wait for you until you come back to that spot. And depending on how hard you bail into him, he'll wait, you know, longer for you, and his anger level will increase. So.
And you don't see an actual like floating anger bar over his head.
No, you'll see him in a picture-in-picture window in the screen, you know, and you'll see him in there. So that's why, like, because we never really have done good chasing in the game, just because you're going so fast and you never see behind you. So now with the 360 and the PS3, we can do these viewports, so you can actually see, you know, people behind you. Think of it as a rearview mirror or something. But we use the viewports throughout the game in like filmer goals and other types of goals. So you'll notice some really cool new goal types this game as well.
Are you allowed to say what those goal types are?
I'll just say, like, we have one that's pretty cool. It's a filmer goal where you're following a cameraman, you're seeing yourself in the viewport, you have to stay in range, and then he's just yelling out like flip trick, grab trick, manual to flip, manual to grab, you know, and in different combinations, and you have to skate this route.
And you're controlling them from the side perspective as opposed to behind.
No, you're controlling him from behind him, but it's just a time limit, and the more tricks you pull off in that limit, the better you're gonna do.